Right, I'll go ahead and call to order the meeting of the select board and ask you to rise for the pledge of allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. What do we want to do with the warrants and the minutes?
I make a motion to accept as presented.
I will second that.
Discussion, all in favor? That's unanimous. Next meeting of the select board is July 16th at 5:30 here at the West Bath Town Hall. Just note that will, as of now, that's the only scheduled July meeting. It does not follow our first and third normal cadence because of the holiday. Old business, item 1, discuss town-owned land, map R01, lot 09.
First of all, as I heard back from CFE, they will be going underground on the highway, so they won't need an easement.
Okay.
And you have the map Kristen requested showing the ATV trails on that lot. I emailed it to Kristen and she's out until next week.
To be continued.
We'll keep waiting for a draft RFP on that. Anything else on that? Brings us to new business, item 1, renewal of the treasurer's disbursement warrant.
One small change. It's always said state fee, and we've never had anything for payroll. So I had a payroll to it.
Okay.
It's probably helpful. Good catch. Well done. I'll make a motion to accept the policy as presented.
Second.
Discussion, all in favor? That is unanimous. Item 2, renewal of the municipal education disbursement warrant. There are no changes on this one. This is the MMA template. If anyone's wondering where it came from, we did adopt it last year.
I'll make a motion to accept the policy as presented.
Second.
Discussion, all in favor? Unanimous. Item 3, consider abatement for Paul and Mary Fournier, number 25-10, incorrect acreage. So this is the old value for the land, $567,000. Old value for the building is $904,700. $25,000 exemption. Total tax of $1,446,700. And the tax due on that was $12,152.28. With the corrected acreage, the new land value is now $530,000. Building value remains the same at $904,700. Exemption of $25,000 for a total assessment of $1,409,700. A new tax value of $11,841.47, which is a change of $310.80.
Make a motion to approve the abatement.
And with the abatements, I like to include the map and lot and the abated amount just for specificity.
Okay,
That's
I
okay.
will amend my motion to approve the abatement of map lot R04-019-A and the abated tax amount of $310.80.
And I will second that.
Any discussion? All in favor? That is unanimous.
And one more thing to go with that, please.
Oh, yes. Hold on. I'm trying to multitask here. I'm going to follow up on this one and also make a motion that we create a second warrant, process this as part of that, so that the expense is this fiscal year instead of rolling into next.
That's a motion?
That is a motion.
I second that.
Any discussion? All in favor? That is unanimous. When that's ready, we'll need 2 of us to go in and sign it. So.
Okay, thank you.
Item 4, consider voting for Maine Municipal Association's Legislative Policy Committee members. You have a copy of the ballot in your packet. There are 4 candidates on the ballot for 2 positions. Justin Hennessy, Nicole Bryan, Mark Myers, and Fred Levy Jr. Does the board have a preference, and or does the board wish to cast a ballot?
Justin and Mark are currently on the board, or have been in the past.
Would we cast a ballot as a board?
Yeah, we have to put
So
one ballot to
one
cast.
Okay.
I do like the idea of having our West Bath own Justin Hennessy on there.
Yeah, it's a involved committee, so I personally don't feel the need to make any changes if the 2 currently on it wish to continue, then I would support that.
I agree with that.
Me too. I will make a motion that we cast our ballot for Justin Hennessy and Mark Myers.
I'll
Second that.
Discussion? All in favor? That is unanimous. Fill it in.
Need a stamp for tonight, with all the signatures.
The signature lines.
I could have saved all the appointment papers, but all of them, everything. Up to now.
Okay, stand.
I think we run out of ink.
All right, that brings us to item 5, consider town meeting vote on town property. As we know, we had an article on the warrant to approve the recommendation. That article was voted down at town meeting. So we did consult with our attorney, and essentially we have 5 viable options that we could pursue. One of them being maintain status quo. The second one being we could call a special town meeting, invite the surveyor and the town attorney in to perhaps more thoroughly answer questions that had come up. Option 3 would be to have a second surveyor overlook the work of the primary surveyor and then proceed based on whatever that determination is. Item 4 is to go to the legislature, or item 5 would be to treat it as disputed boundary and invoke a lawsuit, which would lead to a judge appointing a 3-member commission that would determine the line, yes. Initial board thoughts before we go to the vote?
My initial thought is that we do nothing, which is option 1 of the attorney's recommendations. We agreed to move forward with it and hire an agreed upon surveyor, which we did. And then we put it out to the town to approve, and the town did not approve. At this point, I feel like we've done our due diligence on it, and there's no need to continue moving forward. That's my opinion.
Any other initial board comments?
Yeah, I agree. I don't know that any additional action with the other items would bring us to any different conclusion than what we already reached.
I certainly think the 4 is off the table. I think the attorney made it pretty clear that the legislators could not act and settle the dispute between 2 towns. So really we have 4 options. Public comment.
I really don't favor 5 at this point in time. I certainly favored it 6 years ago. Because it would be all done and it would be gone away. What I would like you to consider, I think there's absolutely no question of where the south point is. I sent that to you. If you would like to see the facts, I I think that would be relatively quick to do. That would nail the south point. The north one is most complicated. I objected to the surveyor 5 years ago because there's no facts that a surveyor can lay his license on. That is why he switched off to, hey, let's make up a new boundary. I don't have a big problem with making up a new boundary. I have a big problem with picking that boundary because it is so far to the west. It truly is. The basis of where it is right now is because Crooker put a concrete post, a granite post in at the current water line. And Bass Mapper threw it right over to there. And that's how that all got picked up. Honestly, Bruce was thinking like a surveyor, he was not thinking like an assessor. That is truly about as least workable survey as you could have come up with, because it doesn't close and it makes a mess all along the old Brunswick Road. What I would like to do is, you are all reasonable, competent people. You are capable of judging the facts. The facts that we do not know is the old stream buried under the fill that's gone in since 1824. I don't think it's particularly hard to do. Go along with a stick and a kayak. Well, best yet is a fish finder. If we know that it is buried, then we know that it is somewhere to the east. If we know it's not buried, then we know where it was in the first place. Not hard to do.
Any additional public comment?
I think it's worthwhile to find out where the line is, for sure. To do a little more research and be positive that's where the line is. To say, well, yeah, it'll solve the problem for now, sure, but it doesn't really pin the line down. And it's gone on enough years that I think it should be researched and we find out where the line is, for sure.
It's really not fair to the landowners. I mean, people in Mill Pond went to Bath Planning Board and got their lots approved, parts of those in West Bath. When Juanita was on the planning board, there was great discussions about where the line was because we were putting in our industrial park and it wasn't matching up with their industrial park. And they smoothed it over, but on the wrong line because they followed sight lines, which had been doing it to the drill hole in the rock, which is obviously not the center of the stream, for 25 years, 30 years. And there's a $4 million bill that's sitting in it now.
I guess the challenge becomes, the only way to settle this is option 5. Everything else requires the city of Bath and the town of West Bath to a town meeting to agree on where that line is.
What was Bath's reaction to turning it down?
To what?
Bath's reaction to turning West Bath saying no.
I think I would describe it as mystification.
Well, he really should have talked to me 4 years ago, when I had the paper say, this is the information. What do you think?
But
It's not happening.
none of us at this table can be held accountable for what happened 4 years ago.
I'm not,
Yeah, I know.
none of any of the 6 people who have sat at that table
Sure.
are held accountable.
Sure.
For it truly bothers me that there was no, not by this board or the prior board, any action that said, hey, let's go make up a new line and go to the legislature. It was a genuine belief that a surveyor could find the line. And that doesn't happen. It can't happen. He can't make things up and put his license on it. That is what.
So again, that brings me back to, it sounding like the only viable option is 5, which means we engage in litigation with our neighbors that is gonna be costly for something, and we can debate whether this is right or wrong, but something that has been incorrect my entire life.
Yes.
And I don't believe, and correct me if I'm wrong, you are the expert on this, but I don't believe we have been involved in any litigation because the line is quote unquote wrong.
And I don't understand the term litigation. Mark has been perfectly clear. I just want it found. There isn't any, the only conflict is which route. I think that they would be happy with any factual, reasonable result.
What I mean by litigation is no one has sued the town of West Bath because they feel the town line is not in the right spot.
Yes, that is correct.
So,
I have no standing. Yes, that is absolutely correct. It is only the town that has standing. That won't be true when the owner of the storage building finds out he'd be paying how much less? About 1/3 less taxes every year.
I understand where you're coming from. This has been on the agenda for most of the meetings I've attended in the last year and a half.
And I deeply
No
regret
one has come to those meetings with a request that their property be looked at by somebody. And so I firmly believe that we need to figure out right and wrong, but it does feel a bit like we're chasing a solution for a problem that no one has brought to us.
Speaking as an assessor, the Constitution requires just value on each and every property. It does not allow you to tax property you don't have, and it requires you to tax every piece of property. It is a constitutional responsibility.
Sure.
Kind of why I got hooked into it in the first place.
So, based on town meeting voting that article down, you didn't take that as a sign that they wanted more research done to find the right line? Or did you take it to say, well, just let it go?
I could argue either case. I took it as this solution isn't the answer. Did not walk away from there with an overwhelming sense that we needed to find the right answer, and you know, we didn't poll them and say, is it because you like what you have now, or because you think the right answer is?
If they voted down that article, it would seem to me, what did seem to me, that they wanted more information. They wanted to know where the line was, they wanted more research to find out where the line was.
I understand that being an interpretation. I could argue that it meant the opposite as well. But,
That they didn't care.
yeah,
If they didn't care, I assume they would have voted for it.
Maybe they didn't care enough to change it.
I mean, we can, whatever, yeah, I respect the heck out of both of you, respect what you're saying.
The $5,000, not, I don't, number one, I don't understand it, because there are no legal questions. There are, I mean, It's a question of facts. There are no legal questions. So why is it $5,000? You need to file a piece of
For
paper.
litigation,
Yes, you need
because
to.
that's what our attorney told us she would charge us to handle this case. And this is not covered by the retainer that our attorney's on. And again, the recommendation that we brought to town meeting was our attorney's recommendation.
Then. I hear you are not interested. I hear, I will go find out what the more facts are. It won't go away forever. It will not go away forever.
I don't want to speak for the two of you, so tell me if I'm wrong, but I don't think the question is whether we are or not interested. The question is, we don't have the money to do anything else with it right now. If the facts change,
I don't want to pay $5,000, period,
sure.
myself.
Yeah.
I wholly agree with you. Do not do that. No.
If, we will always hear from members of the community with information they think is relevant to bring before this board.
Deal.
I make a motion to table the town line discussion indefinitely.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor? That is unanimous. Brings us to item 5, public comment.
I got a question about the bottom of that deed, but anyway, use and benefit of, more background, not argument. The deed is for use and benefit of the residents of West Bath.
What,
And
can we just, what deed are we talking about? Just,
For
the lot, the 55 acres.
so the town-owned property that we were discussing under
Yeah.
item, old
Yeah.
business item 1? Okay. R1 lot 9. Just making sure we're on the same page.
Use and benefit of the town residents. So, for recreation and environmental and whatnot, how is that getting passed? Or if moving to South, I mean, I assume so, wouldn't do that.
At this point, we're just gonna look at a draft RFP and decide if that makes sense. But I'm assuming, we would, in drafting that, the town attorney's gonna have to obviously research the deed and see those issues and tell us if we can even do this, first of all.
There's some restrictions
But-
on the deed.
We also intend to require that an easement be left for the ATV trails that exist there today.
And again, I'm not.
Yeah.
You can get rid of that by going to the people who own that right, the restriction.
Right.
But seeing how one of them was dead in 71, it could be rather complicated by now.
Is that R01? So I'm just making a note.
Did we approach the other land renters up there, or leases up there, in your, more thoughts on the town reserving land around the, sand shed, salt shed?
Yeah, that was our intent, is that we would hold on to, and I remember.
At least
was it
5.
5 acres, that would encompass that area for future expansion, future needs. I do not know if we approached Casella for those.
I emailed them and I have not heard anything back from them.
All right,
I can try again.
Because really the only decision we've made about that so far is, yes, we're interested in proceeding. We haven't really gotten much
Right.
further than that.
And we have to keep 3.6 acres with the tower.
that much?
Any other public
He's the.
How long since the cemetery was, Mary's Mill was mowed? Was it mowed last month?
It was mowed, I believe,
Before Memorial Day?
I don't believe so. After?
So I'm just curious if
Mhm.
it's being done at that once a month.
Yeah, I think that's something we also should think about when we do 27's budget, is increasing the frequency of those cemeteries.
It's still hard from year to year.
Yeah,
Last year, we didn't even need mowing,
But it-
but it's growing this year.
as well as the condition of the rest of the cemeteries, the other 10, 11 of them.
yeah,
Uh,
Yeah.
Should be looked at and see where we are.
Is there any provision in our mowing contract for like a spring and fall cleanup, or is it just mowing?
Fall.
Debris.
The
Cemeteries,
cemeteries,
I think, have a spring and clean, in fall cleanup
yes.
requirement.
Yeah, because I know also the berries mowing, there's a lot of,
A lot of debris,
yeah,
as well as growing trees.
yeah.
So they must clean up town hall instead of the cemetery.
That's exactly what they.
Little confusion.
It doesn't look like there's much cleanup. Is the cleanup required for all the cemeteries or just Mary's Mill? Do we know how it's spelled out?
I thought it was all.
I think it's all,
Well, it should be, but
Yeah.
I'm just, I know behind the school,
yeah,
Berries Mill's just the one that everybody can see.
yeah.
yeah. Yeah, it's all,
I think, before too long, it's gonna take a little bit of effort in laying the town's parks and take care of the cemeteries.
agreed.
Who would have thought 10 years ago it'd be hard to find somebody to mow a lawn?
Wasn't easy 10 years ago. Yeah. Longer every day.
Yeah, maybe we think about, like, cleanup day,
Mhm.
but we don't have,
I'm thinking here, who lives in town that works for a certain company with a
Yeah.
chipper?
You might be able to get a community effort.
yeah, that's what I was
I
thinking.
think we
Yeah.
could.
Like with the historical society,
I think it'd be a good idea.
Let's do some outreach and see if we can.
The
pull something
ATV.
together.
Why not do that?
And if we can pinpoint again, I know there's a map and list the other cemeteries, you might be able to divide
Yeah.
groups in certain cemeteries and
Yeah,
see what we can do.
do like, we could have like a sponsor, like adopt
The
a
cemetery.
yeah, and then just have somebody that checks it out and keeps track of it.
Well, it might be a good idea to do something like that.
yeah, great suggestion. Any other public comment?
We have a cemetery fund we carry year to year. Was it $3,000 or $4,000?
It's not much. Yeah.
Yeah, so I would really like to have that.
I can't,
Why not?
it's trust. The auditors have told me over and over, we can't. We can, I believe, spend a certain amount.
It's like 5% or something.
It isn't much.
Of the
How
interest,
much?
of the interest,
Mm.
which is not much.
Now. Next time they're here, can we figure out exactly what of that we can spend?
It is some ridiculous number, like 5% of the interest or something.
Well, it's like 5 different accounts. Total, I think, is 1,400.
I thought it was like three grand.
Okay,
Oh, let's look at.
but I'll find out.
5% of the interest on $3 grand.
Yeah. How much? Future agenda items, other than,
Leave no stone unturned.
what's that?
Anything coming down the pike for agenda items that we look forward to?
Summers are pretty quiet usually.
Just sign the warrant for a new fire truck.
That's exciting.
When are the papers gonna be available in August or end of
Oh, yeah, and in
August?
July, select board, school board.
I don't have that.
That wasn't on
But it
Betty's
was-
agenda.
She's
There,
already looked it up.
I have. The papers are available in August and have to be turned in by September. I want to say August 27.
Or July
I
27th.
thought it was end of July.
End of
Yeah.
July.
It depends on when the election is too, if you have a late election.
Yeah.
Blah, blah, blah.
I actually have it written down upstairs on my
Yeah.
desk.
Yeah.
I have it on my calendar too.
Certainly.
But it's coming up, something to look forward to.
July meeting.
I actually have an email already started with the information to go out. I do emails in advance with a date of when the email goes.
Nice.
Sure.
And I've got that email ready.
Coming right up.
Select board comments and announcements. Town hall will be closed tomorrow and then closed on June 30th at noon. And then, of course, closed July 3rd in observation of Independence Day. Also, congratulations to the class of 2026. A lot of local graduations over the last couple weekends. Got to spend some time with the Morse class of 2026 on last Friday. Impressive group of people, and congratulations to our teachers and students at West Bath School having completed their year today.
I went to scholarship night, Thursday night.
Did they announce the total? You can say it. I'll let
$1,088,000 in scholarships they handed out.
you. To the class of 2026.
It's like collectively one bachelor's degree.
And I want to say, he said they would be handing out 1,000. It's a total of 1,000 scholarships.
Wow, that's great.
Incredibly impressive.
At Moore's?
Yes.
700 and something thousand is from private,
Yeah, businesses, trusts.
yeah. 400 and something thousands from the alumni.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
Yeah.
Very good.
Any other announcements?
Thank you to the town staff in advance for your fiscal year end efforts.
Yes.
Experiments and policies.
I will go ahead and make a motion.
I have some information. So the Resilience Committee has scheduled their community informational fair. They haven't come up with a name yet. It's gonna be September 23rd from 3 to 6 p.m. at the fire department. And we're gonna try and get some free flu shots to lure people in.
3 to 6?
Yeah.
What day of the week do you have?
It's a Wednesday.
A Wednesday?
And I also want to run by you, I know it's under the contracted amount, but our contract with Burgess comes through every July, and since everything's pretty much on the cloud now, Anthony is suggesting that we move to not on-site visits, because we won't have a server.
Sure.
It's pretty much retired. And when we need them on site, we could call them, we'd pay them separately. But the difference in that quote is $639 we would be saving.
I don't have a problem with that if you and staff are comfortable with remote.
I mean, I don't think
assistance.
we won't need Sam as much. We have to do more ourselves than we have been doing. But if we have a problem, we can call and they'll get somebody over to us. We'll just have to pay them the hourly rate.
Is that $639 over the course of the contract, or?
That's $639 a month.
Oh, perfect. We could probably buy a lot of hours for that.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. $6,000 a year or more.
Sounds like it's worthwhile.
So, that's what I'm gonna go forward with.
Great.
Because it'll still help us on site when needed.
Yeah, no, I think that's great.
Okay. I just wanted you aware of that, and I am getting quotes for new phones. But paying way too much.
More savings.
More savings. I have 2 quotes and I'm waiting for Burgess is actually gonna give us a quote as well.
Good.
So,
There goes that, 600.
Yeah.
no, the 2 quotes have come in under
Thanks.
what we've been paying.
Awesome.
Very good. I'll go ahead and make a motion, we adjourn.
Second that.
All in favor? That is unanimous. Thank you.
I was in favor.
You're in favor?